The silence of a well-paved road is, perhaps, the most dangerous thing in the world. We've been conditioned to believe that the opposite of faith is atheism. Listen to me. It isn't. The opposite of faith is comfort, plain and simple. When the streetlights hum with consistent electricity, when the tap runs clear, and when the paycheck arrives fat, with the sickening, predictable rhythm of a heartbeat, the heavens promised to us by Christ don't just become distant, they become redundant. We stop looking up because the ground beneath our feet feels solid enough to hold our ego. A luxury that usually signals a nation that has forgotten how to pray. But there is a different kind of architecture at play here, especially in Nigeria. An architecture built not by saints, but by the architects of friction. Picture a man, more accurately, an old man, in the well-tailored expensive suit or that flowing agbada, which is really just a fabric of deception. He stands behind the podium. He promises to fix the road. He promises to fill the potholes that have swallowed access, dignity, and uncountable dreams for a decade, or should I say decades. He speaks with the cadence of a prophet, sometimes so uneducated, so brazenly ignorant that you wonder how he learned to speak at all. And yet the crowd cheers. They are begging for a secular salvation from a man who wouldn't know the truth if he tripped him on his own poorly constructed roads and highways. But he doesn't fix the road. He never fixes the road. He leaves the pit wide open, a gaping, bleeding wound in the asphalt, a perfect monument to his own indifference. And yet, in his failure, he has performed a miracle he is far too small to understand. Because by keeping the system in a state of perpetual, grinding, excruciating friction, by making the mere act of getting from point A to point B a test of human endurance, he has destroyed the possibility of empathy. He has made it impossible to be a secularist. Because when the government fails to provide the basic infrastructure of existence, it forces you to look up. Because the down here is simply too heavy to carry alone. He is the world's most effective and most unintentional evangelist. But let's be honest about the other side of this transaction. Every time a school fails to open its doors, every time a hospital is left to rot, every time a whole street has to gather in the dirt to pray for a faulty transformer because the grid is dead, he's not just filling a civic duty. He's forcing a population back to the altar. Talking about the altar, what does the church do? The same church that loves to criticize the fellow evangelists. Does it build? Does it organize? Does it create a company that provides the wages? No. It opens another branch. It plants another pulpit on the corner, promising a heaven that is always coming soon. Why the roads remains broken today? It turns the collective failure of our leaders into a recurring revenue stream. It feeds on the scarcity that the politician creates. They are partners in this dance. One keeps the road broken, and the other tells you to ignore the pain because your breakthrough is in the next life. In this country, atheism isn't a choice. It's a luxury most of us cannot afford. We have been squeezed from both sides. The politician who breaks the slate and the state, and the pulpit that monetizes the wreckage. And this is where the alchemy begins. We aren't just surviving down here. We have been left with no choice but to become master alchemists. We take the crushing daily weight, the stress, the lack, the sheer refusal of the world to work in our favor, and we transmute it. Have you listened to the music coming out from these streets? The energy in the markets, the rhythm of the hustle. It is searing, it is endearing, it is sometimes ethereal. It is gold forged in the furnace of a failing system, with the hopelessness of lead as a raw material. We are turning the pressure of the shadow into a light that the rest of the world cannot look away from. We have become the bush, emitting that bright, terrifying flame of fire. A magnificence that has turned the rest of the world into Moses's. They cannot look away. They are forced to come closer to investigate. When the state and the institution take away your earthly ease, they accidentally provide you with the only thing that actually matters, the anchor. Yes, the anchor. That heavy weight you feel in your chest every morning. It is the tool that keeps you from drifting off into the void of the empty, comfortable nothingness. In a weird, twisted way, there is utility in deprivation. The politician thinks he is crushing us. The ecclesiastical institution thinks it is saving us. But they are both just holding the rope. They think they are the masters of the game. But they are actually tethering us into the eternal. So the next time you hear a promise from that podium, or a seed of faith request from that pulpit, look past the abada or whatever they are wearing. Look past the empty words. Understand that you aren't looking at a failure of governance or a spiritual movement. You are looking at the voluntary and involuntary laborers of the divine. They are keeping the pressure high so that the songs remain loud. Nigeria isn't just a nation. It's a crucible. And these politicians, they're just the heat. If you feel that weight, if you know that hunger, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep the signal alive. And help us turn this shadow into something the world cannot ignore. Thank you.